Good morning, America. How are you? I'm doing fine. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com, BKP Politics. Good morning, Diane. How are you? It's not the size of the network, but the truth of the network. Now, Diane, we will get through the day, but I just want to let you know I'm not even fit to be around myself today. I don't know. It's just one of those days. I just can't get right. I can't get right. But I'm in a great mood. Well, you know how confusing that could be. But that being said, hi, America. Now, I have a couple questions. I understand the sky is falling and you were nervous this morning starting the car, just thinking that when you start it, somewhere, somehow, there'd be a tariff on starting the car and it would cost you more. I know that. I can feel the concern that you may have this morning, but not the size of the network, but the truth of the network. So we're going to tell you the truth this morning about the tariffs. Okay. Now, Diane, can I get number 25? So, first, Republicans, not that they haven't already started, but Republicans, Democrats, some people are going to start running for the exits like it's the monster. I think in Japan, they look at Trump as like Godzilla. Here comes Godzilla. Maybe that's not funny. I don't know. So, made in the USA. So let me start out this way so you know if you're new to the show. I have not, will not, and if the day would come, if it would come, I'll be the first to tell you. But I still today, this morning, I have my Trump inauguration hat 2024. We still have the Georgia hat. Don't get nervous. Let me show you, just so in case. We'll put that back at the Georgia hour. We've not replaced that. But we have our American flag hat. You'll see that in a minute. We have our Trump hat. I have my Trump. You'll see all day long. This is my pin. It says Trump 4547. Okay. I have my new, thank you for the gift, watch. Trump 47, Donald Trump watch. It's not hard. Hey, Josh McCoon, listen up because this is how it works. It's not hard to figure out when I support someone. It's not hard. It's not hard. If I support someone, I support someone. Period. We'll talk about that later in the show. So today, I still support my president. And I just want to ask you a question out there. Oh, made in the USA, not Vietnam. Vietnam. Not Cambodia. You mean those shirts you're wearing? Not Cambodia. Made in the USA. Wow. Interesting. So remember, think about this. Remember the last time they underestimated Donald Trump. Got it? Remember that? The last time they underestimated Donald Trump. Now, do I completely trust, and this is stay with me, do I completely trust Trump on this matter alone? No, I don't. But I trust the team he's assembled, and I trust that he would do that. I trust right now, you have to prove me wrong. I listen to everything, almost every single word Scott Bessent, our Treasury Secretary, says, and he's calm and cool. and he's got the president's back on this. All the attacks on Elon Musk, and they're getting rid of him and he's leaving. He's still the world's richest man, and he has not come out and said, Mr. President, please do not put these tariffs in place. So the team that surrounds him, putting that together with Donald Trump, I'm on board, and we'll go into detail. Could it be a struggle in some areas? Yes, but I'm on board. So take that down. We will talk about the tariff world momentarily. So I want to ask a question. You know me. Oh, go ahead. Give me this. I love this here. Give me 69. I know, Diane, there's 493 pictures. I don't want to hear it. Well, she never says anything, but you never know on what day she's going to come on the air and let me have it. Scott Bissent, I love this right here. We'll play this in a minute because I love this because this guy is like, listen, Caitlin, let me explain to you how this works because I know you don't understand basically. Well, we won't say anything ugly, but I love when he explains to her because they're not bright enough. And let me say, these people, first of all, do not turn on a network, including Fox. Do not turn on a network because these people do not understand the real world that you live in. They do not understand how it works. When you hear this individual, they run up and they interview this individual here. I thought I had it here. Maybe I don't. Where's he at? Yeah, 62 and 63. When you hear them interview Blumenthal, reciprocal tariff, they don't understand. They don't live in your world. Even this one, let's go with a Republican, 63. Kennedy doesn't understand your world. He doesn't. He does not understand. He's with a Harvard lawyer. He doesn't understand. So when they run up and the reporters asking the questions, the networks running and producers and these politicians, they do not understand how it works or the world you live in. So please don't let them explain it for you. All right, take that down. 10 o'clock, we'll have the Georgia Hour, and we're not shy or short or running out of information for the Georgia Hour. We have one more day in Georgia for the legislative process, one more day for the legislative process. And thank God the Democrats. Oh, the Republicans and Democrats. Sometimes I get confused at the Georgia State Legislature that they identify. That's their pronoun. They identify as Republicans. We got Democrats, and then we have Democrats. Then we got some Democrats. And if you can't find Democrats, we have some more Democrats. So I'm talking to a lawmaker, and I'll tell you exactly what I said. I'm talking to a lawmaker this morning. I send out to like 9 or 10 lawmakers. Okay, I will fix that in a moment. So don't highlight I can't count, Diane. So I sent out to a lawmaker this morning that I send to several lawmakers in Georgia every morning a message like, is anything for today that they can share? So I got this back. I said, anything for today? And a lawmaker sent back and said, not much. Finishing budget negotiations. And I wrote back, spend that money, you damn Democrats. Now, this is a Republican. And then I wrote, sorry, I meant Republicans. Some days I get confused and can't tell the difference. They love me down there under the Gold Dome. They just do. All right, so anyhow, I will correct the picture numbers in the break, okay? So don't put that kind of pressure on me, Ricky Bobby. So I have a question, and I want to go here for just a moment. Diane, give me number 86. Now, they want the court and the liberals and the media, they want the murderers back. They want them back. They want them back. They did not get their due process. Okay. So there's some arguments all the way around that. Some people are saying, well, I think they jumped the gun, whatever it may be. But the media and the Democrats, they want these murderers back. And they want the Trump administration to pay dearly. Give me 87. Trump administration due in court over March's deportation flights. The judge said stop, and they just kept going. Right? Now, I have a question. Number 88. Trump deported 238 Venezuelans to El Salvador. Dozens have active asylum cases. So the media is angry. They're crying tears. Liberals are crying tears. Liberal activists are crying tears. The judge wants them back. They're upset. Bring our murderers back. So now I got to focus on something. I need to talk. If you have a tattoo, could you listen to me just a minute? Because this lady said this morning, here she is. And I need clarification. I need help on this. Number 87. This is what I forget this lady's name. I don't try to recall these liberal whack job, but she said they were picked up, removed, some by accident because of their, quote, tattoo stylistic choice. Their tattoo stylistic choice, okay? Now, when Michael Bogus holds up his arm and it says, we the people, to me, that's a tattoo stylistic choice, right? So there are identifying markers. So I'm talking to people with tattoos because I don't care. I don't care. Get a tattoo. I don't care. Me personally, but that's not where we're at. So I've never walked in a tattoo artist and looked through the book like a haircut. Woo, right? This is the haircut I want. This is the style I want. This is the color. So here's what I understand. I understand you could take something in to a tattoo artist and have it designed. Just so I understand. Or you can go in and a tattoo artist, the good ones, have a really deep chart of things to pick from. Here's where I have a question. If you have a tattoo and you go in and you go through the book and you say, I want that one. I want that one right there. Do most tattoo artists know which tattoo identifies as a symbol, a mark? Can a tattoo artist look at you and say, you picked that one out? You do realize when you leave here, some people may get the impression that you murdered somebody because you got a kill under your belt because that's what that symbol is. Or when you pick this page here, I could do that one for you, but you do know it, people will get the impression you're in a gang Because that one, you sure? I want this one here, right here on my neck. You do know on the left side of it. That's the bottom line. We had a case here in North Georgia, and I met with the DA, and I said to the DA, no, I got a call from a reporter. And there was an arrest, okay? There was an arrest here in North Georgia, and I got a call from a reporter that said, hey, I just looked at the mugshots. They're cartel, they're gang members. So I pulled up the mug. I said, how can you tell? This tattoo says this. This tattoo says they have a kill or it's an initiation. I was blown away. All right, I didn't know this. The reporter told me. I said, okay. So I called the DA. The DA calls me back, and I said, I have a question because this is in my neighborhood. I'm looking at the mugshot of these people, and I just got a phone call telling me that the marks are identifying as gang. And the DA said, yes, that's true. That's true. These are gang members, and those are gang identifications. Now, that's the long of it. I will get out of this. We will get into tariffs. But I am so tired when I heard this lady say tattoo stylistic choices. Because what you're hearing is the media wants you to believe that they scooped up the man of the year. They scooped up the guy that won Father of the Year, Man of the Year, is a leader. Give me 32, right? So they want you to believe, number 32, the media lie about deported Maryland father legal status, downplay his gang ties. All right. And you can read the entire story, but I read this morning because the media wants you to believe, number 33, the propaganda press is once again distorting the truth and in some cases flat out lying to discredit and undermine President Donald Trump's deportation efforts. In the latest example, the media are painting an illegal alien who is allegedly a gang member as merely a Maryland father with protected legal status. All right, mistakenly scooped up. Folks, he is a member of MS-13. All right, now I don't have time. We can go into the entire story. Give me number 34, Diane. The entire story breaks down his status. And, you know, he is a member. He's very clear identifying that he is a member of MS-13. And again, they want you to believe that he's Father of the Year that was scooped up and sent to Venezuela or sent to El Salvador and put in this prison. They want their murderers back. They want their gang members back, and they're upset over it. So take that down. Sorry to go that direction, but it's just when I heard tattoo stylistic choice and I'm reading this, I got the tariffs. So, and also, we're going to discuss Elon Musk. Now, they want you to believe that Elon Musk is getting kicked out of the White House. He's separating. It's not true. We will talk about that. I want to show you this one here. And Diane, I enjoy this for a lot of reasons here. Number 52. A year ago, we'll call it a year ago. Now, Diane, if you want to come in, you can come in on this, okay? And Trump's new tariffs, Cambodia, Vietnam, China, Taiwan, right? Taiwan, India, South Korea, Japan, EU. We'll talk about this. And I have video where they say Trump has closed the loophole. So give me video 3. And we'll put this back in when we do the full segment. Video 3.
To talk about China because, of course, we've seen tariffs on the country go up to 54%, very close to that 60% benchmark that the United States president promised during his campaign trail, which, of course, will deliver a significant blow to China, which is already grappling with a lot of economic issues. But also important to note here, as you mentioned, Rahel, is that Trump announced tariffs on Vietnam and Cambodia, two Southeast Asian countries where many Chinese and international companies have recently been moving production to in order to avoid the existing levies. But clearly, Rahel, as we've seen, there is no avoiding Trump's tariff wrath. Back to you.
All right, Diane, don't get mad. Can you go into yesterday and get me number 12? So the tariff loophole, see, China has gone all over the world and they have set up sweatshops, Cambodia, Vietnam, anywhere that they could avoid tariffs and dump their garbage in this country, they've done that. Yesterday, see, China tariffs dodging move to Mexico looks doomed. Now, our country, our media, whatever you want to call it, it's not news. They hate Donald Trump. They hate our country. Bottom line, they hate our country. They just do. If our children are hooked on drugs in Huntington, West Virginia, and they're walking around like zombies at the local convenience store outside asking you for $10, no, that's not a lie. I picked Huntington, West Virginia. It's just a fact. I can give you all over the United States. If they're walking around asking for $10, our poor children, junkies now. But as long as you have an affordable Cambodian shirt and some Nikes that they're still charging $150 some, but they're making them for $3.50 in Cambodia, it's all good, right? That's all good. Now, I don't want to get sidetracked, but Diane, this is one of those times, I'm just going to say it like this. This is why this show is important. You remember almost a year ago when the media tried to slip in the shrinking trade deficit with China? Who jumped all over that? Who took that and laid it out? We showed a year ago. They come out, the trade deficit in the Biden administration with China has shrunk for the first time. I was like, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. It's in Mexico. They're coming through Mexico. We did it a year ago. The loophole. We blasted that for God knows how long. The couch company, the furniture company, the factories that were being built, the imports coming into this country for free. So go ahead and take that down. But the loopholes are getting closed. That's the bottom line. The bottom line. We're not going to, be taken advantage of. Now, the EU, and they're upset. China's upset. Because, as I said, we know the facts. I just played the video. You got Cambodia, you got Vietnam. You have areas all over the world that we had great trade deals with, or there was no tariffs. When I say we had great trade deals, let me back that up. We now have great trade deals with them, but they had no tariffs, so China goes and sets up. Your products are not on their shelves. The EU is going to retaliate. I think the best thing you could do is put our products on your shelf. So anyhow, we're going to, I don't want to get sidetracked because I get a little angry, and you know what happens when I get a little angry. So let's see what else we have this morning so we can really dig in. Seems like the only thing we have are the tariffs. The balance of power changed a little bit, number 57. All right, 57. We'll talk about this. Yes, the two Florida special election members of Congress are sworn in, 220 to 213. Number 38, we're going to break this down because, again, this is something we've been telling you the truth on that they don't discuss. Trump's tariff list is missing one big country, Russia. That's interesting. That's one. I had something else I want to talk to you about here before we go to break. Now, we showed this 2 days ago, Diane. We put this up 2 days ago. Give me number 47. Now, they have gone on and on about Wisconsin. I know some people are discussing that maybe there was some cheating. When I say maybe, I haven't studied it. So maybe there was cheating, voter turnout. But the big emphasis has been put on the amount of money that was spent. And Crawford, is that her name, that won the election, the Democrat, that is now on the Supreme Court in Wisconsin, said Wisconsin's not for sale. We told you this a couple days ago. We've been putting this up. $75 million spent. We showed you George Soros yesterday, Pritzker in Illinois. They talk about Elon Musk lost. This is what they're trying to sell you right now. Give me number 85. Elon Musk suffers major loss, right? Now, in that, again, we put it up yesterday. I have it here, Diane. Give me number 24. Meet the billionaires that elected Susan Crawford, right? The Wisconsin Supreme Court race became the most expensive judicial election in American history. Susan Crawford raised $21 million in direct contributions, much of it from billionaires like George Soros, Alex Soros, Reid Hoffman, J.B. Pritzker, Steven Spielberg. Brad Schimmel, by comparison, raised $10 million in direct donations. Both campaigns were also bolstered roughly by $40 million in outside spending. All right. Now, Elon Musk did put 14, according to this, we have different numbers, but 14 million into the race. We've heard numbers of 21 million, but don't forget, go back to the one where it says he suffered this is number 24. And there you go. Suffered a major loss in Wisconsin. And remember, Crawford said in her speech, Wisconsin's not for sale. Interesting. Seems like some other billionaires got together and purchased the race. Hey, Diane, I have a quick question so I can correct my pictures during the break. I notice I have two of them here. What do you have for number 34? Just roll it out there and show it to me. And then what other number? What other number did you say you're missing? I'll see that one. Right. So I'm missing another number. I got to get my act together. Is it possible? Not. Did I get my act together? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we'll get everything corrected in the break. So 10 o'clock is the Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour, we will continue. We'll discuss some of the legislation that passed yesterday, some of the political stunts that went on, and also we will continue to work on draining the swamp in Georgia. We have a perfect opportunity, and we're not gonna let up on draining the swamp in Georgia. The Georgia Hour at 10 a.m. Diane, take a break. We'll be right back after these brief messages.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. You know, Diane, it's not the size of the network, truth of the network. Diane, how are you today? Should I like ruin people's breakfast? I mean, like, should I ruin their day, or it shouldn't ruin their day, but upset them early on? Why not? Give me 128. I just sent it to you. Why not? Let's go for it. I mean, I'm not in a great mood, so why should they be in a great mood? I'm just wondering.
I'm still downloading and loading it.
I sent it to you 22 minutes ago. Oh, I'm in trouble for that one. I sent it like 30 seconds ago. I didn't send it 22 minutes ago. All right. So when Diane gets that ready, there you go. Thank you. If I'm a betting man in Vegas, if I am, now I don't know anything. Well, shit. Debbie Dooley's going to crap. She's going to cut that out. It's going to be out there. Anyhow, I do not have knowledge of this. Sorry for the bad words. But I will put a marker in Vegas that Brad Raffensperger is running for office. Now, the coin toss, is it governor or is it senator? All right. What makes him think he can win? Well, I don't know. Something made him think he could win Secretary of State for a second term. Now, why do I think this? Why do I think Brad Raffensperger is going to run for office? I'll tell you why. One, he's at the Cobb Rotary this morning. Well, okay, and what's that got to do with the price of tea in China? Well, it's not the price of tea in China I'm concerned about. It's the Chinese tea in your local shop over there in Greenwich Village, New York. In the importers. All right. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. It's a great to start our day at the North Cobb Rotary meeting. Pleased to share updates on small business initiatives, recent consumer protection efforts from our securities division, and everything happening under the Gold Dome. Thank you for having me this morning. That is the campaign he ran last time. That was his campaign strategy. As Secretary of State, he campaigned at every Rotary and every chamber of commerce across the state. This is just striking of Brad Raffensperger's style to campaign. So I'll put my marker on, he runs. Diane, give me 108. Saturday, right? Is it supposed to be Saturday? The TikTok deadline. Just saying. It's supposed to be Saturday. Now, for some reason, there's not a lot of frenzy whooped up around the TikTok, but Saturday's supposed to be the deadline, so we shall see. Yesterday, 127, the Georgia hour, 127. And we're going to get to the tariffs. Leave me the hell alone. I just feel it through the camera. This is SB 214. Yesterday, I was right there on the screen. I asked several lawmakers to let me know the minute it went to the floor. I listened to Max Burns. I listened to everyone yesterday on 214. Paper ballots, which has Brad Raffensperger very angry. We'll talk about that we will elaborate during the Georgia hour. But I went and got the screenshot at 3:52 yesterday, SB 214. Now what happens? You got to hang on at 10 o'clock for that. I got to go into that. But there you go. That is the one for paper ballots. That's the yes and no. That's 214. That happened yesterday. Now this makes me very angry, so I got to do this now, Diane. I have to do it now and get it out of the way because I get angry and I don't want to lose. I don't want to get upset. I'm trying to stay calm and stay focused. Really, that's not a joke. Give me 125. I do not think this is a fundraising opportunity, especially from this guy. Now, in the top corner, you can see it says ad. It says it's an ad, okay? But it is from Brian Kemp's account. Not Brian Kemp, governor of Georgia, but Brian Kemp's account. He is the governor of Georgia. Do you support law enforcement in Georgia arresting and detaining dangerous illegal criminals? I want to know. Do you support it, damn it? I mean, you're in your second term. And you want to know if I support it? What the hell? How in the hell? What makes you think you should come on here and ask us in Georgia, rest of the country, but ask us in Georgia if we support it? And if we do, you would like for me to click and support it now? Where the hell you been? This is an ad. This is WinRed, response requested. We want your data. We want your money. Please support us now. WinRed. No more free passes and forced immigration laws. Now, I understand fundraising. I get it. All right? I get that. And I get maybe you're going to fundraise so we can give it to candidates and support candidates, all the above. We'll go into that at a different time, fundraising and campaign contributions. But of all people, asking if you support law enforcement in Georgia arresting and detaining illegals. This angers me. Give me this next one. Give me number 126. Here's another one. It says ad, but it's Brian Kemp's account. No more free passes. Georgia is teaming up with ICE to get illegal criminals off our streets. Marty, you and the youngins get back in the house, Marty, you and the girls. I'm going to pull the tarp off the big truck out the barn. We're going to dust it off, start it up, Marty. It's time to get the big truck out. You and the girls get back in the house. Jake and I are going to take these shotguns and we're going to hit the road. Because we're going to team up with ICE and get these criminals off the streets. Because I'm going to take them back no matter what a judge says. I'm going to take them back to Mexico myself if I have to. Do you support this plan? Add your name today. I just cannot express the anger I have for this. Watching illegals of NGOs come through the Atlanta airport, getting phone calls that buses are stopped in Gainesville on 85, stopped on 75 south of Chattanooga. The phone calls. I have pictures of them getting off the bus and not getting back on. Laken Riley dead. Diane, let's take a break. I will not be able to get back into focus for what I want to do. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done.
Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on Voice of Rural America.com. We have some Russia news. We have some Ukraine news, but not at the current moment. We're going to do that maybe in the next segment. We are going to get into the tariffs. Now, folks, I agree with the method. There's some hard realities here, and it's not Stephen Ratner at MSNBC, and it's not Minka Brzezinski, and it's not Ali Vitali or CNN. Or do you want to see now? This, not everybody will understand this, but I'll explain it later. Do you want to see what happens when two sources of fake news come together? Give me number 49. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when two sources of fake news come together. Get it? See the name? Get it? CNN? Not just CNN. That's what happens when two sources of fake news. I mean, we can now refer to Katie Frost as a CNN correspondent, like Caitlin Collins, maybe. Take that down. So there's going to be some hard realities in the whole tariff thing. There's going to be hard realities. We'll say 60 years. They sold us out. Okay. Our products are not on their shelves. You're going to find some things out. There are some things. You do this or it's game over. Number 25. All right. You do this or it's game over. Now, markets around the world are going to start opening up to our products. You're going to see that. Let's talk about that. And as markets open up to our products, what you're going to find out is our products in some of these countries don't meet their standards. Now, seriously, like food. I mean, we allow an RFK, you're going to see this. We're going to start right there. Food. We allow things in our food that poisons us, our children. They're poisons in our foods that they do not allow around the world. Many countries around the world do not allow the poisons in their food, the pesticides on their vegetables that we do. Now, we've been told that the poisons and the pesticides, it's what's best for us because we love to peel back corn and not see one of those worms in there. We'd rather have that big, bold, clean kernel that looks so great, although it's been poisoned to get that way. I say that. This is my opinion. Moving right along. So what you're going to find out, there's a couple things. You're going to find out, okay, the world is going to start accepting our products. Then we're going to find out, wait a minute. Now, when they make products in Vietnam, Cambodia, other places, and you think, wow, the quality's not that great, we allow that. So made in the USA can have difficulty. We are not set. There's correction. There's something that's correct. We're not set to just made in the USA tomorrow. But I agree with Donald Trump in the tear off the Band-Aid approach. Don't peel back, tear it off. And that's what we have to do here. We cannot edge towards it. We have to do it. And, you know, you have spent, when I say that, and you know this, every year across the country, they'll tell you that we're going to invest. I love when they invest. We're going to invest in our trade schools. We're going to invest in our VOTEC programs. Now, what Donald Trump is saying is, if we bring back this manufacturing or bring companies here, or we do anything and everything here, your kid may have a real job. Not everybody, folks. Not everybody. See, I'm a work boots Republican. I'm a work boots Republican. And I'll tell you what that is later. Not everyone can go to medical school. I'm glad we have doctors. Not everyone can become physical therapists. I'm glad we have physical therapists. I was there yesterday for my shoulder. The guy is qualified, doing it 25 years. I can tell he's very qualified, educated, understands what he's doing. The point being is, not everybody can go in the legal profession. Not everybody can go into the very, very corrupt political profession, because that's a business now. That's not serving your country. Not everybody can go into the doctor, lawyer, or nursing field, and we respect and love them all. I don't know that attorneys thing. But anyhow, moving right along. Not everyone. See, we go from here to here. We have very little here. One more time. We go from here, right? Government employees, benefits, state employees, benefits, county benefits, medical field, professionals, right? In the office, corrupt government or corrupt politicians. We go from here to here. Working at Waffle House, working at McDonald's, working at the gas station, working at the convenience store. We don't have here. We don't stop nowhere in the middle. Nowhere. And not every kid is set up. What's that guy? What's his name? Joe Rowe? What's a guy's name that does actually has had a program that talks about the middle class, the kids needing, hands-on jobs. Anyhow, we need real jobs.
Dirty jobs.
Huh?
Dirty jobs.
What is right? We need real jobs in America for our kids. Right? We need technicians. We need somebody who can fix washers and dryers. We need to build the washers and dryers. Because, again, we have very little here. Very little here. It's all here or here. And sadly to say, our kids have now, our choices are limited. They do not have the choices that you think. And to get out there on the streets, we'll get into that later. So, all I keep hearing is how bad they hate the country and how bad this is going to be. So the tariffs. All they know how to say is tax, number one. Now, if you purchase things, number one, Trump shuts major tax loophole in devastating blow to online shoppers as his sweeping tariffs take effect and jittery Wall Street braces for stock market rout. Number two, the executive order closes what's known as the de minimis loophole, a century-old trade law that allows imports valued under $800 to enter the U.S. duty-free, provided they are shipped directly to individual buyers. The loophole's gone. That loophole is gone. All right? Now, we're not going to get stuck on these, but here's the list. Number 3, these are the reciprocal tariffs. Now, on the left-hand side is what they charge us for our products. So quit crying over China when China charges us 67%, all right, and we're returning it with 34% and closing loopholes in Vietnam. See, Vietnam charges 90%. That's the tariff they have on us. We're going to charge 46. Taiwan. I was reading an article in the Taiwan Times this morning concerning tariffs and their concerns. 64%. We're going to charge them 32. Japan, you want an American-made product on the shelf in Japan? 46. We're charging 24. India, South Korea. Now, South Korea, this is when Trump says, I'm tired of getting ripped off. Now, the media, they hate America. They do. They hate America, and they don't want the middle class, and they're elite. They are elite people, okay? They meet for wine and afterwards at certain, watering holes, and just saying. They have finer perfumes. They don't splash on Old Spice. I don't know why I say these things. Okay, now South Korea. How many? I call them kids. All right, how many kids we got over there? Where men and women? I'm sorry, they're men and women. They're young people. How many young people we got over there? 50,000, 45,000, right? How many bases do we have over there? How many damn Hyundais are they shipping in here and Kias? Who made Hyundai and Kia what it is today? The South Koreans? Hell no, right? But let me tell you something. You want an American-made product on their shelf? You'll pay 50%, right? Taiwan, 64%. All you see is article that China's going to attack Taiwan. Will we defend them? Right? Will America step up and defend Taiwan against a Chinese attack? You charge us 64% to put something on your shelf. All right? So Cambodia, 97%. Now, the UK, the United Kingdom, now, Stammer groveled, cried, and everything. They charge us 10%. We charge them 10%. All right? So, moving right along, let's go to the next one, number 4. We got the Dominican Republic. United Arab Emirates, we're going to do 10 for 10. I'm going to go down through here, see what else I have. Saudi Arabia.
If you notice, he's only charging half of what most of these countries are.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're exactly right.
I'd like to see a chart of what it was before he put these tariffs in, because it may not be as big of a jump as they're making it out to be.
There's panic around the world, and it's actually panic around the world that they finally got caught. That's what the real panic is. The panic in Mexico, the panic in Canada, the panic in the UK, the EU, China upset. The panic around the world is we got caught. We finally bumped into.
So you think the tariffs were minimal around the world for us? Or on our products, they were minimal?
No. What I'm saying is they finally got caught.
No, what I'm saying is we charged them minimal. In some places, we didn't charge any.
Most of these people were sending stuff in this country for 2.9%. And then I'm not even bringing this up and, going to convolute the conversation. A lot of these countries have what's called a VAT tax. A value-added tax, a VAT tax on top of the tariff. I mean, if you just Google which countries have a VAT tax on American imports, It's over and above the tariff. So, yes, they got caught.
So
That's their panic.
That's why Trump's saying there's some countries that charge 200%.
Exactly.
That tax. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. He's 100%. He's 100% right here. Give me number 6. Just want to see if there's something else I want to throw up there before put on the screen. I think I want to leave that. These are all 10% and 8%. Now, this is not the car import tariff. Okay, this is not. This is the reciprocal tariffs for around the world. We did not hit Canada and Mexico with the same tariffs, not the same. We did not do that. But the 25% on the vehicles, we did. So give me number. We're going to go over it, and then I'm going to get you some video. I don't want that one. Let's keep going here. We'll get to that one in a minute. See, number 15, around the world, China slams U.S. tariffs as trade protectionism. Now, they are angry around the world. Yes, they are. So here you go. The Telegraph, the UK Telegraph, the FTSE, FTSE plunges as Starmer admits Trump's tariffs will hurt Britain, right? That's around the world, a little bit around the world. Give me the Wall Street Journal, number 26, the Wall Street Journal this morning. U.S. stock futures tumble after Trump's tariff blitz. So I don't want to get sidetracked because I want to stay focused on this. But I'm listening this morning and they're telling me that a dryer made in America could cost $67 more. That's what they're telling me. Okay. They're not telling me that Westinghouse or all these dryer companies and washing machine companies and refrigerator companies and these appliance companies that went overseas, if you've noticed, all right, now they're telling you how much an automobile will cost and what the price will increase. You can make fun of this if you want, but I remember when a work truck, and I mean a work truck, America used to sell a work truck. You could go to Ford, Chevy, or Dodge. And when the guy came out or the lady came out and said, "How can I help you today?" You could say, "I'm here to buy a work truck." We used to have a series in America called Work Truck. It's God's honest truth, okay? And the work truck had no frills. I mean, I think all trucks, but back in the day, roll-up windows, they did have air conditioning, no power mirrors, it was a work truck, no fancy hubcaps. They don't even make a work truck. Now, you're worried, or they're worried out there that vehicles are going to go up $2,500 and they're going to skyrocket. And a Jeep, a $30,000 Jeep, will go from $30,000. Stellantis is making it in Canada. Ready? I'll get to that in a minute. Let me stay with the Wall Street Journal because I think I have a graphic of that. Wall Street Journal, U.S. stock futures tumble. Tariffs aim to bring factories back to the U.S. It won't be easy. All right. Number 27, New York Times. China and Europe vow stiff response to Trump's tariffs. Global markets slump as U.S. targets trade partners. Last night, they were all sitting in the pub. I don't know. Some areas it's a watering hole. Some areas it's just a flat-out damn bar. Okay? I'm going to watch my language. I don't want to get out of line. So anyhow, they're all sitting in the pub over there, and they're like, we knew this day would come sooner or later. We knew it would. We knew someone in America would catch us. And here we are. Oh, Lord. I got to go over that one. We're going to get with that one in a minute. The Social Security fraud that's going on in this country. We have to do that one there. Number 39, Trump ends China tariff loophole used by, well, what is that, Shin and Timu? Whatever. The Trump administration is moving forward with plans to close the trade loophole that previously allowed cheap goods from China to avoid tariffs. This is Cambodia. This is Vietnam. This is other areas of the country for cheap goods to enter our country. Make sure I'm finished with, give me number 48, Trump to announce sweeping new tariffs. That was yesterday. Okay, now here you go, 50, Walmart, Target, Nike stocks drop as sweeping reciprocal tariffs are expected to hike consumer prices. Number 51, the EU, China, and Canada warn U.S. of countermeasures as trade war heats up. We'll get you. So let's play a couple videos for the We Hate America team, okay? But first of all, give me video one, CNN's opening this morning via video one.
One of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence and the day that we began to make America wealthy again.
Everybody sit back, take a deep breath, don't immediately retaliate. That's how we get escalation.
There's going to be escalation. It's the nature of the beast. This is why it's never been done.
We are already finalizing the first package of countermeasures, and we will always stand up for Europe. If you take on one of us, you take on all of us.
Hey, you take us all on, Donald. That's right. We know the EU. We know we have been ripping you off. We know you've been paying the bills at NATO. We know that. We know you paid most of the bills to fight in Ukraine. We know that. We know you've been paying most of the bills since World War II. We know that. But if you decide you're not paying our bills any longer, we will unite and you will see. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sugar Daddy America will be right back as soon as possible, Ursula. All right, China loophole. One more time. We played it earlier, but let's go ahead with video 3.
To talk about China because, of course, we've seen tariffs on the country go up to 54%, very close to that 60% benchmark that the United States president promised during his campaign trail, which, of course, will deliver a significant blow to China, which is already grappling with a lot of economic issues. But also important to note here, as you mentioned, Rahel, is that Trump announced tariffs on Vietnam and Cambodia, two Southeast Asian countries where many Chinese and international companies have recently been moving production to in order to avoid the existing levies. But clearly, Rahel, as we've seen, there is no avoiding Trump's tariff wrath. Back to you.
So let me give a direct message to Taiwan. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up, because let me tell you what. Trump is playing so many cards. You remember Zelensky, you're out of cards? Trump has a full deck. And let me tell you, China has issues economically. They do. They have economic issues that they're dealing with. Now, we do not get reports. We are not 100% on everything because China safeguards their information. But their economy is not amazing right now. They can't afford this. The last thing they need, the very last thing China needs, is for one of their plants in Africa, right? Africa, the Belt and Road Initiative, where they built plant after plant that we have no tariffs on, and they're sending here. Vietnam, Cambodia, Asia, where they've done that, in Mexico where they've done it. Now, we're concerned about them circling Taiwan. Trump has a card. He could call President Xi and say, look, let's be honest with each other. Things are not great there in your economy. You're promising Iran things, you're promising Russia things, and you're threatening Japan. You have a threat to Japan just being in the region. You have a threat to Taiwan, South Korea. We got to talk. You help me out in Russia with Ukraine. You call Iran. You got it? And you back away from Taiwan, and we'll see what we can do. Trump has all kinds of cards here with China. We're not afraid of China. This is an important card. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let's play. I always love Basent Explain It to Caitlin Collins of CNN. And he's sitting there. I always love it because he's sitting there, and I think when he's looking at Caitlin Collins at CNN, he's thinking, I know you're not smart enough to understand this. I really do. If I could ask him, like, when you're sitting there with Caitlin Collins, do you ever think, like, look, I'm going to explain this, but I know you're not smart enough to understand it? Video, let's see, where's it at? I had it here a minute ago. Video 9.
Bring your factory to the U.S.
Yeah, and obviously with the cars, all foreign-made cars, imports are getting a 25% tariff starting at midnight. If half the cars coming into the United States are foreign-made, that's hard to turn around overnight, as you know. So what would you say to people in the auto industry who are worried about that timeline and how quickly that can shift?
Buy American.
And what about American-made cars and produced cars that are being made using foreign-made parts?
Well, I believe the USMCA is exempt.
Yeah, those that are compliant with this, obviously
Yes.
Canada and Mexico are not on here. A lot of these are our closest allies.
Well, what would you say to them? All right. Oh, Diane, I should have had that ready. What number is that? Give me number 25. What would you say? I have a question for you. What would you say? Buy American. Well, even American-made cars have foreign parts. That's right. That's right. Why do you think? And if I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm serious. If something I say you can correct, why do you think parts, not just automobiles, parts, is tied to this whole tariff thing? Why do you think? And he just explained it. Can you send me a manufacturer? I get tired of somebody. We're interviewing a gentleman this morning that owns a Dodge Chrysler dealership. And they're out in and I don't want to pay it because I play this because I thought to myself, really? You're saying this on TV, on tape? So the dealership owns, the dealer owns a Chrysler Dodge, right? And he's standing there with a reporter and he says to CNN, he says, although we're an American company. No, you're not. Stellantis, you're a French Renault. You're Macron, right? You're French. You're not an American company. So here's the deal. They talk about buy American. He said buy American, and they're like stunned. Are you serious? We never thought of that. And he's 100% correct. It's going to take a minute, but I want to go to, I think I don't know if I passed up the graphic or not. Give me number 69, because she's sitting there like, what do you tell these people? I tell them buy American. I mean, There you go. It's the best I can help you with. We're going to set this up, and there'll be a day. Give me number 54. Oh, where is my Jeep? I know I had a Jeep. Maybe I don't have it. I thought I had it. All right. So anyhow, here it is, number 79. Diane, give me number 79. I know I had a Jeep. All right. So this is at 4:20 a.m. Price spikes expected with new 25% tariff on imported cars. All right. Let me go back to the work truck. You do realize they don't make a work truck anymore. Now, you're going to say, well, wait a minute, that was years ago. I remember when you could walk on Dodge, Ram, Chevy, GMC, Chevy. You could walk on a Ford dealership and you say, I want a work truck. I got a construction company. I just need 3 pickups, work trucks. And I'm going to pay $20,000. Now, I remember when you could buy them for $14,000, but that's another day. That's how old I am. But I'm going to give you $20,000. I don't want. Well, this one, I don't want the chrome wheels. I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking for the trailer hitch package. I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking for extended cab. I want a work truck. They don't even make it. Now, if you noticed, these people driving these pickup trucks, now they're going to go up. This is their concern. You can't buy that Jeep less than $30,000. I mean, you get a stripped out vehicle basically in America today off of any car lot. Forget tariffs, forget anything. It's $30,000. Right? And Donald Trump's the bad guy? Look, they are bringing in, and I don't want to take on the auto industry, but they are making these vehicles in Mexico, Canada, especially in other countries, bringing them into our port, getting them out there, and they got $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $90,000 on these vehicles. Some of these trucks are $90,000. I'm just saying, you need to rethink this. I do think 10 years from now.
Yeah, and your county is buying these $100,000 trucks and vehicles for their employees.
Oh, no. Oh, darn it, Diane. I told you I wasn't fit to be around today. And you threw that in the mix. Okay, yeah, now that Diane's...
Our county has bought, I think 3 of them. So, yeah.
Diane, you're cruising. So...
For a bruising?
I didn't say it. There's no violence on the program. I said you're cruising. I didn't know where. Yeah, exactly. Right? So the tariffs, we're just going to ruin the country. We're going to get jobs for our kids. They're going to have real jobs. We may have, I get so damn tired of every time I see an agenda. And Diane, don't you chime in, damn it. And I see an agenda somewhere and it says affordable housing. And they go in there and they talk and they say, well, we've applied for a grant for affordable housing, workforce. And then I'll see workforce housing. Workforce housing. I could take you to Dearborn, Michigan, where the plants were all running back in the 60s. I know it's not the 60s and the 50s, but the plants were all running. And guess what? They built workforce housing without the government. Absolutely. Right? Now, I grew up in what you would call today workforce housing that the government never subsidized one nickel to. And everyone in that subdivision, they basically had middle-class jobs. But God forbid we return that for our children. We need professional only, and then we need signs outside the damn subdivision saying starts at $400,000. And then what we need is we need your tax money to go in, and then we need your counties to keep buying $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 vehicles to put in the parking lot. Damn you, Diane.
You'll have to do a segment on this joke of workforce housing.
All right, not today. So here's the fear. Are you ready for the fear? Video 2.
His trade war with countries around the world. On Wednesday, the president used national emergency powers to impose tariffs of at least 10% on most countries. There are even higher rates for dozens of nations that he called the, quote, worst offenders. It's a historic move that economists say will likely cause consumer prices to skyrocket and hurt economic growth. JP Morgan warning that the tariffs will probably plunge both the U.S. and global economies into a recession this year. Now, the reciprocal tariffs are aimed at some of America's top trade partners.
Wait a minute. On Monday, a chance of the recession was 20%. On Tuesday, a chance of recession went to 30%. Now, well, it's time. I think it's time. Video 4.
On the consequences, because it is like a tax.
Right.
It's going to slow the economy down. It is going to add to inflation. And I think it is not inappropriate to start to use the R word for recession in the context of all this.
The basic premise, sorry, Willie, is I'll go to you, actually. The basic premise here, the president says, is to address some form of cheating.
It's time to use the R word. Now, they didn't have the camera on her, but I'm going to do my impression. It may be time to use the R word. And Minka was over there. Oh, are you serious? I will have to pay more at the club? Oh. I don't like these people. Is it some form of cheating he's trying to address? Really? Because is it? So, on Monday, it was 20% chance of rain. Tuesday, it was 30% chance of rain. Wonder what the chance is today as the weatherman predicts the recession. Video 6.
That was actually in pretty decent shape and moving in the right direction. And they are going to turn it upside down. And I think 50-50 into a recession.
Wow, 50-50. And you have, as you said, companies like Goldman Sachs.
One more time, and let me tell you, I didn't crop this because I didn't really want to hear it, but what he's saying is the economy was in pretty decent shape. We were printing money, right? Printing money, putting it out there, and it was headed in the right direction. For who? Who the hell? What direction was it headed in and for who? And now we go fit. Give me the weather forecast one more time. 50-50. Video 6.
That was actually in pretty decent shape and moving in the right direction. And they are going to turn it upside down. And I think 50-50 into a recession.
Wow, 50-50. And you have, as you said, companies like Goldman Sachs.
Wow, 50-50 chance of rain. I mean, 50-50. 50-50. What's the chances out there? 50-50. But, you know, Trump is one wild wild. Wait a minute. I'm going to get ready. Give me video 5. Trump is one wild and crazy guy. That Trump. Video 5.
Of a couple of important points to make. One, we don't have the capacity to make this stuff here, even if we wanted to, and it takes years and years to build factories. And businesses don't plan around one crazy guy in the White House imposing a lot of tariffs to invest billions of dollars. They say, well, let's just wait and see. And the second important point to make is that when the price of some imported good goes up, a pair of shoes, whatever, the domestic manufacturers raise their prices as well, because why wouldn't they?
My Nikes. Oh, Lord, my Nikes. Well, not everybody has a crazy guy in the White House. Give me number 84. Just a crazy guy, right? Number 84. He's deemed crazy. He's a madman. He's a madman. History says tariffs don't work. 83. U.S. market drops while China and Europe's rise. What? Ursula, 82. We'll get even with you. 81. Trump's new protectionist age. The protectionist age. Let's see. Could that double as America First? Could that double as Make America Great Again? I'm just wondering, if that could double for anything out there. I'm going to show you something briefly here. Let's see, we have that. So give me 52. Don't forget the new tariffs, the China loophole. Let's run through this. Do not listen today. Here it is, 53. Auto tariffs take effect, putting pressure on new car prices. The duty on parts will raise the cost of cars made in Michigan, Tennessee, Ohio, and other states. That is because most cars rolling out of the U.S. factories contain components abroad, often amounting to more than half the cost of the vehicle. So what you're saying is when Peter Navarro comes on and says we're an assembly country, we're like the IKEA, America's IKEA, our auto factories are IKEA. We're buying everything from another country and we assemble it when we get home. Then we call it a car. You can't make this up. 54, tariffs, 25% U.S. auto import tariffs take effect, raising the cost of automobiles. We'll talk about Elon when we return. We want that. They're going to run and talk to all the lawmakers today. They do not understand you. They do not know how the day-to-day economy works. It just works fine for them. Your money goes in their bank account every month. The pharmaceuticals' money goes in their bank account every month. The lobbyists' money goes in their bank account every month. And they vacation 7-8 times a year. Oh, they understand tariffs. 64. Treasury Secretary warns countries not to retaliate against the tariffs. Oh, here's what we were waiting for, right? We were waiting for number 65, Mike Pence. The Trump tariff tax is the largest peacetime tax in U.S. history. I knew I was waiting on something. What number is that? How did you get to Walmart? Give me 65. Did I not? Oh, I'm cruising right along and I'm not telling you. All right, let's go 66. And let's see what. Oh, they're bracing. Remember the words? I had it here. They're bracing and plunge. Those are the two top words of the day. Say to Sicko Ed won $100. You did not understand it. If you did, send it to me. Say to Sicko Ed won $100. Brace and plunge. Those are the two words of the day. Okay? Number 70. World leaders brace for impact. Brace, impact, and plunge. We'll add plunge into that. 70. Number 72. Trump overhauls trade policy. I like that one. Now, remember J.P. Morgan, number 76. Global recession likely for 2025. Number 77. China, 34%. The European Union, 20%. The baseline for around the world is 10%. The European Union is freaking out. Number 78. Trump said yesterday that the Trump touts tariffs declaration of economic independence. And I don't think I want to go. Let's see. I don't think I have any other, but I want to show you something here from, it's the AJC. I know you don't like the AJC, but I want this one. Hang tight there, Baba Louie. I don't want that one. There was one where, here it is, number 37. When he said the economy is moving along and it was actually headed in the right direction, it was in decent shape. Number 37, we'll start here in the next segment. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Trump administration rescinds millions in Georgia COVID funds, right? Clawing back the money that they wasted. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, I do not, right after Wisconsin, and we showed you who really purchased the race in Wisconsin. We showed you that. Where's that at? Number 85. We knew they would go after Elon Musk, and yes, Elon said some things, but he has done an amazing job exposing things in this country. And when he went to the White House, he's still the richest man in the world, but he went to the White House. His Tesla dealerships, his company attacked, burnt down. Seriously, stock is gone down, and he's done nothing but save this country money. Nothing but save this country money. Nothing but expose. Now, I like Doug Collins. I really do. VA secretary. If Doge did not exist and Elon Musk was not there, would Doug Collins have gone into the VA, had the time? I'm saying, would he had the time and the people behind him to do a search and end $1 billion worth of contracts? No. What about the Pentagon? No. What about Department of Education? What about USAID? USAID, CIA, NGOs. What about the list of NGOs? All the above. What about that? Nothing. Nothing. You would sit here today, nothing. Okay? Nothing at all would be exposed to you. And, what about, we talk about NGOs, we talk about USAID. Now, politicians cannot talk about Social Security, Medicare. A lot of heat where he said Ponzi scheme. Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. A lot of heat. A lot of heat where he said, look, we have people, we had 1 million people 120 years old. But see, politicians didn't have to do that. Republicans did not have to do that. Republicans did not have to come out and give that report. Not one Republican had to come out and give that report because, remember, they have put the fear in, you can't even touch it. You can't look at it. If you're a Republican and you look at Medicare, you look at Social Security, just take a look and your career's over because it is a political career. So the ghost payments, give me video 10, the ghost payments.
It's worth pointing out, it's actually difficult you have to recalibrate how dumb things can be because it's the government. Frankly, it's like dumber than you think it could possibly be. For example, we found there were a whole bunch of what I call ghost payments going out, where the government contracting officer had retired or changed jobs or was dead or I don't know, they were not around anymore, and they forgot to turn off the payment stream to some company. And it's like leaving the money faucet on and you leave the house, and it's just the money faucet keeps going. And it's a pretty rare organization that will complain about receiving money. So then you're like, is that waste or fraud? I mean, the government did send them the money, but they didn't deserve it. So then, well, okay, we should turn off the money spigot if the contract is over.
As long as there's a bank account open and the government keeps sending the money in, ghost payments. Would anyone have taken the time to look at these ghost payments in America? No, absolutely not. Now, give me number 31. Social Security. I mean, Social Security. Social Security. Right? I mean, now these are not elected. They're not elected to any office. The ghost payments, the contracts, USAID, the NGOs, the billions of dollars. Video 11. Let's play video 11.
That's a jaw-dropping number. Where'd all those people come from?
Well, it made my jaw drop too when I saw it. We were in Social Security looking for fraud, waste, and abuse, and to do that, we actually looked at the enumeration system, the system by which people get numbers in America, and we found that there were just about 5+ million of them that came to the country as illegals, were giving various forms of parole or allowed in the country, and they got through an automatic system, Social Security numbers, so they get into our benefit systems. And we tracked that through and found that they were on the benefit programs. And just because we were curious, we then looked to see if they were on the voter rolls. And we found in a handful of cooperative states that there were thousands of them on the voter rolls and that many of them had voted.
Many had voted. Now, yesterday, they don't want to talk about that. Wisconsin passed for their constitution, their state constitution, voter ID. So, without Elon Musk, none of these conversations would be possible. Now, there's a thing called the special, a guest or something, I don't know exactly what it is, government employee. And if memory serves me right, you can be there for 130 days. You're allowed to be considered a government employee for 130 days or something like that. Now, when you're considered that, and you're not full-time, but you do the 130 days, I think it is, you can have office space. You can have office space, which Elon Musk has office space. Go ahead and give me Politico. Did I crop that out? Let's go with that. Let's see. I thought I went with that this morning. But let's go ahead with Elon Musk. There's Politico, number 60. So when you are a temporary government employee, you can have office space, access. So Elon Musk has an office in the executive office building. Now, right there at the White House, there's an executive office building where it's packed full of people that work for the White House, and you can get an office. You can get a computer. You can have access. Now, your status has to change. After 130 days, or I think that's the number, but your status has to change. Office space, access, availability to go in places, availability or the ability to look at different data from Doge changes. So when that changes, you have to become an employee or leave. Now, Elon Musk is a stockholder in several companies. So when you are a stockholder or a majority owner of a company, there are certain things in there that you have to comply with. So when it comes to SpaceX and Tesla and X and several other things, Elon is at the point where he has to do something. Plus the fact that every company he has, I guess with the exception of SpaceX, they're attacking 7 days a week. And it's not fair to the Tesla employees of how they're getting treated because he's trying to save Americans money. Trump tells Inner Circle that Musk will leave soon. We always knew that, but they wanted to break this like right after the Wisconsin election. Like they all got together. I told you this. They want you to believe they all got together and they're kicking Elon Musk out. Number 67. Oh my God, Musk is going to be gone. He's out of here.
Well, in a video you played last week, Elon himself said that he's close to the point in which he's going to be leaving because he's almost got everything automated.
Right. No, exactly right. You're 100% right. Everything, the timing's all coming together. It was never intended for Elon Musk. Now, I will tell you this. I'll make a little prediction. I'll make a prediction that he still talks to Donald Trump when he goes back into the private sector. I make a prediction that he still will discuss things with the media. I make a prediction he will show up at the White House from time to time. I make a prediction that some of the cabinet members will say they were talking to Elon the other day. Just when you reach that point, you have to leave or things change. Also, if you have a publicly traded company, you have to be cautious on how some things are handled. So that being said, all right, no one needs to get worked up with Elon leaving like they're throwing him out. What's changed with Trump-Musk relationship? Nothing at all changed. All right, so we got to get ready for the Georgia Hour. Let me give you this because I told you this here, and let's just put it into perspective. Give me number 16. Russia, U.S. officials begin meeting in Washington. The talks are ongoing, said the person who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive material. Now, this gentleman is basically, give me number 17. He is basically the same. He has Russian Direct Investment Fund. I can't pronounce the guy's name, but he basically has the same position as Scott Bessent in Russia. So here's what he's here to talk about. Special Presidential Envoy for Economic Cooperation with Foreign Countries has begun his meeting with U.S. leaders, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff in Washington. The talks are ongoing, said this person who spoke on condition, we told you that, of anonymity, whatever. All right. Now, this guy is over here to discuss reestablishing economic ties and working with the United States and Europe, the allies, because they need liquid natural gas, they need pipelines. He is over here to discuss normalizing relations with the U.S., whether you like it or not. Now, China was just in Russia. Give me number 18. Russia opened a realistic peace initiative, mediation offers on Ukraine. That's China, is who they see. You can read the article. Moscow has opened a realistic peace, there's key words in this, peace initiatives for Ukraine settlement and mediation proposals that take into account Russia's interest. The foreign minister said in a statement after meeting with Russian deputy foreign minister, whatever, and Chinese assistant foreign minister, China and Russia. Let's just put it like that. Real establishment. Now, one more I want to put up. I want to put up two more, and we're going to get out so we can go to the Georgia Hour. Give me 20, Diane. It's a trap. Now, this is from the Kiev Independent. It's a trap. Trump's U.S. minerals deal threatens Ukraine's EU membership. The latest draft of the U.S.-Ukraine minerals deal could pose a threat not just to its sovereign control over natural resources and infrastructure, but also Kiev's ambitions to join the EU in the future. Well, that's the entire story. I got to cut that, the next one. But yes, remember, Zelensky's been out making deals and selling everything. And then number 22, Putin issues a decree. Now millions of Ukrainians face an impossible decision. The guy is over here working out a deal with Russia. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. It is time for the Georgia Hour when we return.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. It's time for the Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour with BKP on voiceofruralamerica.com. So tomorrow, it's Thursday, tomorrow, which will be April 4th, at midnight, it's Sine Die. It'll be the last day, the very last day of the Georgia State Legislature. It will be over, and the damage will have taken place, done. There will be damage, but fortunately, it'll be over is the only way we can put it. So give me number 35. We're going to go through some things that are going on. Democrats leave the Georgia House chamber. Now, yesterday, there was a vote to end or stop or not allow any longer gender sex reassignment surgery for inmates. This is what Democrats protected in Georgia. You got to remember this. As we get into 2026, don't forget Democrats' lack of values. This is not their values. It's the lack of having any values. All right. They walked out. So give me video 8.
Y'all better get in there.
What is that? They just went out the door. Oh, I'm sorry.
But I figured the leader walk, I can walk with her. Come on, Brown.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so I think only two Democrats stayed and voted on the House bill, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. They walked out. So let's remember, as we get close to 2026, the lack of values. Now, why did they walk out? Democrats leave the House. In the middle of the debate on the bill that would ban gender-affirming care for transgender people in Georgia prisons, right? House Democrat leader Ugley turned down the chamber's side aisle and led the majority of her caucus out in the hallway. All right. So they walked out. Now, this bill ends taxpayer-funded gender affirming care, meaning affirming, gender affirming. They read it that way. You don't think you are a gender and you want to affirm the gender you think you are. You alter physically your body. That's what they call gender affirming care. Now, that being said, where's Chris Carr? So there's two things to remember here. Chris Carr settled a lawsuit running for governor, the attorney general, that allowed, right, state employees or prisoners we have to pay for gender affirming care. This bill would stop that. Don't forget, right? This is the lack of Democrat values as we get close to 2026. I could see this being a commercial. I know what they did, but I could see every politician, if you're smart, you got all this in files, and you're ready, and say, this is what happened when we wanted to stop using your taxpayer money for prisoners to get gender-affirming care. Think about how well it went in the Kamala Harris campaign. So, number 36, Republican state senator files for Georgia Attorney General run. Now, I told you yesterday, and I've already talked to someone this morning about this. I told you yesterday the proper etiquette would be that you don't do anything until Kemp makes that decision. Brian Kemp, the governor, on whether he's going to run or not. But this is a McDonough Republican state senator. All right. This is Brian Strickland. He has filed the paperwork to run for office and set up an exploratory committee. That's how you do it for attorney general. So we have a Brian Strickland announcing as an attorney general position. Now, boy, we got a lot to do in the next half hour. So yesterday we had SB 214. I want to put that on the screen. That's a bill, paper ballots, SB 214. Diane, can you give me 127? And here is the vote on that, SB 214. And let's see, number 96. Number 96, this is the Georgians for Truth. This happened on April 2nd, yesterday, at 8:10 p.m. Update on HB 397 and 214 passed the Senate today, unless SB 214 is added to another bill that crossed over this session, it won't be voted on by the House until 2026. Now, let me explain what they're saying here as far as SB 214, the paper ballots. For paper ballots, I listened to it yesterday. The rules are, it's supposed to go to the House. The House is supposed to read it, send it to committee, get it out of committee, and vote on it on the floor. If the House changes one thing on the bill, it has to go back to the Senate. Now, so if the House just accepts it as is, it could get voted on. And the reason I bring up all of that is what they're telling you here, Georgians for Truth is telling you, is Friday is it. That's it. That's the only day left, Friday. If this gets attached to a bill, all right? Now, HB 397, that's the bill that crossed over from the House. That's a House bill. The Senate made some adjustments and sent it back. So all the House has to do now is approve that bill. Approve that bill, and it's over. It's done. So as confusing as it may sound, HB 397 stands a chance of passage. SB 214, the paper ballot one, all right? The paper ballot one, it's very narrow. So you got to call the House. You got to call your House members. The noise has to be in the State House on SB 214. So when someone's out there telling you everything that has to be done, I will tell you this. They could suspend rules. They could do anything they want. They could put a piece of legislation out there on the floor just like that, and they could pass it. It could happen. Likelihood? No, but it could. Put the pressure on. That's 214. All right, now, here's the other one, 98. Georgia Democrats walked out of the chamber to protest Republicans who don't want taxpayer money to fund sex changes for inmates. You can't make that up. Now, this is a good article. I want you to go read this. This is concerning Judge Totenberg, Curling versus Raffensperger. Judge Totenberg, give me number 99. Go to Georgians for Truth, all right? Something is rotten in Denmark, I mean Georgia. And give me number 100. Judge Totenberg dismissed the case. Now, I did talk briefly. I only got about 6 or 7 minutes in yesterday with Field Cersei. And we were talking about standing. And, you know, if you have a case, the court is supposed to identify immediately if you're in the right court. I mean, a judge is supposed to look at you immediately and say, you know what? You're in the wrong courtroom. You're in the wrong court. You got to challenge this somewhere else. But they don't. They take 7 years, millions of dollars. And it came to my attention yesterday that in several challenges to venue, all right, several challenges to standing, Judge Totenberg in the case rebuked that. So why at the very end, just 2 days before these election bills are to be voted on, does Judge Totenberg dismiss the case? Sorry about that. But there you go. I think you might want to read that. So if you're wanting to know what are some of the details on that. Now, let's go over some of the things today. 89. Let's see. I want to make sure. Let's see. 89. Georgia House Republicans embrace for Trump's playbook as the session winds down. The AJC number 90. Wow, I don't have time for that. I got to get into that later. Give me 91, school safety. Just how dangerous is it to be a teacher these days? Enough that the state Senate voted to pay teachers the same as police officers that are killed in the line of duty. Yeah. 92. Wednesday's vote was more than an acknowledgement of increasing risk facing educators in an era of school shooting. It also highlights how the Republican-dominated legislature has responded to the deadly shooting at Apache High School in Barrow County. Risk. You get survivor pay. Here's one. Teachers that get killed in the line of duty will get the same pay as law enforcement killed in the line of duty. Boy, we never address the issues, do we? And then when we do, we throw money at it and we call it mental illness and school safety. 93. Kumbaya. We're often guilty of focusing on fights at the Georgia legislature, especially when it comes to state budget. But there's one area lawmakers are not fighting about this week: how well children read by the third grade. It's important because experts say that's when children stop learning to read and begin reading to learn. In Georgia, third grade reading scores have been flat. The House budget proposal took a big swing at literacy scores. Their plan includes 94, $18.5 million to hire 116 literacy coaches. Literacy coaches, okay. $2 million to give all schools a universal reading screener. Boy, I'm sorry, I'm rushing and I should not be. $10 million to implement recommendations from the Georgia Council on Literacy. Wow. How about never letting this happen to our children again? What about that? So let me make sure that is the balance of today. Don't forget number 106. They're begging Brian Kemp to get into the race. And that should be it. Take a break. When we return, draining the swamp in Georgia as we continue.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching the Georgia Hour on voiceofruralamerica.com. We are continuing with the efforts to drain the swamp in Georgia. We must continue these efforts. If you want to drain the swamp under the Gold Dome, the Georgia GOP Inc. is where it starts. Give me number 124. Now, we've talked about the candidates. There's several things we're going to do today. We've talked about the candidates, okay? And here you go. These are the candidates that the Georgia GOP said met the qualifications. And when I say it that way is because we're missing a candidate. Now, Chairman Josh McCoon needs to answer why Lisa Pierce. We've said it every single day. For first vice chair, you can see. Now, we want to know, it took 9 days. For the Georgia GOP Inc. number 102. We've done the full segment on this. This is Lisa Pierce. We've done the full segment that she sent her intent and she sent her resume, and it arrived before 5 p.m. on March 15th. That the call, that's what we have in Georgia. We have the call, for something. So the call for our convention cycle said that it had to be there if you want to be a candidate by March 15th at 5 p.m. And she did that. So we are asking Chairman McCune to make a public statement. Come out and make a public statement. Stop sending Lisa Pierce messages from the Georgia GOP Inc. Give me 100 or 124 from the Georgia GOP Inc. Just saying she didn't qualify. Just you didn't qualify. So that's that. We want. There's enough going around the state. I'm serious. There is enough noise going around the state. Now, let's remember something. David Cross running for chairman. All right. He's made some comments, but don't forget, he is still a state officer. He is a state officer at the Georgia GOP Inc. He is the second vice chair of the Georgia GOP Inc. So he's a state officer, and people are reaching out to him, not because it's chairman candidate David Cross. They're reaching out to him, and I understand the feeling. They used to do it with me, saying, hey, can you get Josh McCune to answer this question or give us an answer? So it's moving across the state. There's very few people in the circle. So there should be a third candidate under first vice chair, Lisa Pierce. We'll work on more of that later. Now, when you look at the bottom, assistant secretary, there's Caroline Jeffords. All right, here's Caroline Jeffords, number 21. And what I want to know is what I'd like to have, and they won't send it to me. Well, first of all, they don't have to tell you anything. And that's not just me spouting out. The Georgia GOP Inc., if you're a district chair, if you're a county chair, if you're a state officer, they do not have to respond or tell you anything. They don't have to. But what I would like to know, and I'm curious, I want to know what time and what day she, Caroline Jeffords, put her application in for assistant secretary. And then number 14, I want to know, and there's a reason, I want to know what time on what day Jaquan Stembridge put his application in. I'm curious on the date and time on both those applications. I have a reason. Now, this young man, Jaquan Stembridge, he's running for assistant secretary of the Georgia Republican Party. This is an amazing young man. I mean, I love a story on when someone realizes, in my words, they're a Republican. I didn't get a chance to realize I was a Republican. I was told from 2 years old, you're a Republican. Don't you forget it. So I grew up Republican house. But when I run into that story that I want to share with you of this is when I'm a Republican, and at such a young age, I just really love this young man. I just have to say that, and it's not an endorsement. I want to be clear. He's a double major. He's 18 years old. He's a double major in college. When he does not have classes, on the days he does not have classes, he's a substitute school teacher, and he holds an office in the Georgia GOP in the 10th district. running for assistant. He will be here tomorrow at 10 a.m., just so you know. So Jaquan will be on the program tomorrow morning. You can meet him tomorrow at 10 a.m. Now, Cobb County, because Josh McCoon is the chairman, and Josh McCoon needs to step up and answer some things. He really does. Now, there is a process. We're going to put it here. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this story. We're just going to let you know it's out there. All right? There's a process for, what do you call it? Protest. All right? We'll say that. Challenge, protest. There's a process. You have to do it within so many days. You have to have certain documentation, whatever. There is a process. But is there, if the rule, give me 99. Now in Cobb County, GOP, a very large county, there was an election, and there was two candidates in the race. We're not going to, I sent you the wrong 99. I'm sorry, Diane. Take that down. My apology. I'm going to send you this one, and please replace it or just use it, please. So in Cobb County, there was a GOP chair race. There was two candidates in the race. And after it became pretty clear that with the two candidates that Sophia Farouk would win. Now, I want to lay this out because we're not going to spend a lot of time. We've got a lot of other things to do, and I don't want to make this sound like it's rehashing. But the control for Cobb County and the Republican Party, something is wrong. And they're going to tell you that what's wrong is Sophia Farouk identifies, because I've not really asked the question as a Muslim and has family members in history. There you go. All right. So this is Sophia Farouk for Cobb County chair. So on a day, she announces she's running. Mr. Fong, I think that's his name, announces he's running. It becomes pretty clear that Sophia could win this. Now, if Sophia wins this person loses control. All right? This person loses control. And that is 101. No, I know what you're thinking. We'll get to the power couple in a minute. This is 101. Now, this is Debbie Dooley in the red, and this is Sally Grubbs. Now, Sally threw out everything of the personal attack on Sophia from Debbie and others, but Sally pretended like she had nothing to do with it. But Sally was the GOP chair there, and she's now running for first vice chair. Most people in Cobb agree that Sally wants control of Cobb, wants control of the delegates to try to get her the first vice chair vote and Josh the chair vote, and so on. So when I say they, Sally unprofessionally allows this candidate character assassination by Debbie Dooley. She allows it, and Debbie does it. So they have an election. All right. Well, Sophia looks like she's going to win. So they run out and find a candidate. Mary Clarice Hathaway. And they run Mary Clarice Hathaway. She's new to the party. She's new to the party. She doesn't attend the meetings. She was not at the caucus meeting, and I can explain what that is if you need me to. That's where the delegates are chosen. So when it came time for election day, she couldn't even vote for herself. She had to sit in the guest section. So they have a nominating committee. And the nominating committee actually gave Clarice, this is all rigged. The nominating committee for Cobb County, right? Ask Sally. Sally needs, and they nominate, they don't even know this lady basically. And they nominate Mary Clarice Hathaway to be the chairman. They get the nomination. Now, the nominating committee should understand the rules, because I'm going to give you the argument and we'll look further at it today and let you decide. But the nominating committee should have looked at the rules, resident, member, whatever Cobb County requires to be the chair. So when they nominated her, they said, hey, we've looked at everything and she meets the criteria. Now, so apparently Sophia Farouk and others did not get enough signatures in time to appeal Mary Clarice Hathaway's election. So number 40. Dear Chairman Hathaway, please accept this formal request that you promptly call an emergency meeting of the Cobb County Committee for the purpose of the immediate removal of Mary Clarice Hathaway from the office of chairman of Cobb County Republican Party and her entire slate of officers who were elected alongside her. The overwhelming evidence assembled since the county convention shows that Ms. Hathaway did not meet the residency requirements under both Georgia law and the rules of the Georgia Republican Party. Furthermore, the election of her office slate was invalid due to the inclusion of her eligibility candidate at the top of the ticket. The facts showing Mrs. Hathaway ineligibility to hold office of chairman. So they have the law stated here, okay, and they have documents. There are documents. I don't have those right now. And number one, Mary Clarice Hathaway and her slate of officers being removed from Cobb County. Number two, Mary Clarice Hathaway be disqualified from serving as a delegate to the 11th District Convention and State Convention. An election be held by the county pursuant Rule 13.1 to fill the vacancy that is sitting there. The law clearly states that if a person demonstrates an intent to make another state his or her resident, then he or she shall be considered to have lost such person's residence in Georgia. So they make claims here. They have documentation that she doesn't have homestead. Give me number 141. And it is signed by members of the Cobb County Committee. These are members. You have Jerry Ramsey, Hugh Norris, Leroy Imkin, is that the name? Christina Roseman, and Sabrina Mao. These are signatures of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Cobb County committee members asking that this be reviewed and that she did not meet the requirements. So I'm not here to rule in this case. But they say they have the documentation. Now people are yelling sour grapes and they're just trying to cause a problem. But my question to you, all right, who went and located Mary Clarice Hathaway? Who put her in the Republican Party of Cobb? Who set her up to run and coached her on what to say to get this done and manipulate the vote for her to win. Now, the vote, I was told, is on the up and up. I was told it was on the up and up, and she won. But there's a lot of smoke around this if she was even qualified to be a candidate in the first place. Just saying, it's out there. Now, I'm for sure we're going to hear from Debbie Dooley. Because now I don't know. I tell you all the time, I don't know if Debbie gets paid. I don't know. I do not. So one could only guess, right? One could only guess. Hang tight here. 103. So I would take after this, when I say this, I don't know. If Debbie Dooley had a contract, or if Debbie Dooley makes money, or somehow, some way to, character assassinate, right? Because we have others that will show you. Sophia Farouk, and, Debbie, you're not finished. We have one more we need to do. You got to get back on this, because I don't know. I'll look at your camera. I don't know if she gets paid, but I tell you what, I certainly don't think she does it out of the kindness of her heart, maybe the evil within her heart, because it's evil. This is bad what she does. So there you go. So anyhow, here they are, 101 and Sally Grubbs, the duo. Now, so Josh McCoon, now he will not answer anything. Give me 116, right? 116, Josh and Sally, and he will not address anything. He won't do it. But we shall see. Sally Grubb.
I think you're in the wrong folder.
No, I'm in 115. Right? Yeah, there you go. I might be in the wrong folder. You're right. Wrong folder. So there you go. 115. Now, I challenge Josh to do me. I want to challenge Josh to something. Give me 112. Because we're going to next week. Now, tomorrow's Friday, and I want to start the week out. And I'm going to talk to Jaquan tomorrow. And Monday, we're going to do, I've told you about this, we're going to do the fish fry. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do next week. We're going to do the fish fry, and we're going to do the 10 signatures, what we call the 10 signatures in support of Colton Moore. Now, most people know that at the 8th District Fish Fry, we had our state committee meeting. And we had a state committee member, a member of that state committee meeting that showed up for the fish fry and the state committee meeting wearing a paper please t-shirt. We know that for a fact. Then we also know that voter GA was removed as a vendor at that fish fry. Now, I'm going to look you in the eye. You ready? Because you're not going to be happy. This will not be an attack, because I don't do attacks. And this will not be a scorcher. And this will not be running down the 8th District Chair, Chan Jones. It won't be. I'm just telling you, I'll explain next week. It will not. And the reason I say that is, every district has delegates, and the district convention voted for that guy to be their chair in the 8th District. And I'll look you in the eye. I respect the delegates and I respect their vote, although they didn't respect your vote when it came to me. So there were some decisions made at the fish fry that no matter how mad you get at Chan Jones, what he did, the decisions that his executive committee made in the 8th District at their event, Josh McCoon did not make a comment. And we shall talk about that. I want to tell the whole fish fry story. Fish fry, right? The whole story. Let's do it for transparency, because we have to remove this king of a chair. Then we call it the 10 signatures. The 10 signatures. You wonder what that one is? We'll do that one also next week. Get ready. You've heard the story. You're going to hear the truth. Now, the reason I have that on the screen, that's Colton Moore. I've always supported Colton. Now, I'll just tell you right now, ask Colton Moore. Ask Denise Burns. Ask them. Ask them who was in the room when that jackass commissioner over there in this county, when he ran for state senate, and he ran against what's his name? Henry, right? Was his name Henry, county commissioner, right? And the county commissioner kept looking at his watch. Ask Colton Moore. Ask him. Ask Denise Burns. Ask, ask any of them. Colton Moore run for Senate. They had a forum. I was there Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. I drove over 2.5 hours to go to that. I was there that day. I got the video. And I played it on this show. And I went after Stephen Henry. He was a commissioner over there. And while Colton Moore was talking, I could show you, and talking to the voters in that debate against Stephen Henry in that county, the commissioner walked over to the window, took a drink out of his coffee. He went and looked out the window like, when will this over? He looked at his watch. Oh, yeah, Colton Moore, ask him. Ask them all. This is before, not Colton Moore, but this is before they turned on me. Yes, they turned. Something about Josh McCoon that causes people to turn on you. Maybe he makes deals that you can't refuse. So anyhow, I was over there. Colton Moore will tell you and look you in the eye and tell you there's never been a day I did not support him all the way through everything. I'm going to clear that up next week. So here's my challenge to Josh McCoon. Not in the last 30 days. 60, not in the last 45 days, whatever. From the time you became chairman of the Georgia Republican Party until now, show me all the pictures you have, Josh McCoon, of you and Colton Moore. Show me. Now, there may be a couple. You may have them. You may be putting me on the spot. Show me where you ever went to an event supporting Colton Moore. Now, I know the Georgia GOP put out a couple statements because you were forced to. And they were very vague and they were very, neutral. But you acted like you were doing the right thing and supporting him. I challenge you that. Now, give me one more. 104. I challenge Josh McCoon to show me a single picture of him and Harrison Floyd, the man that Fannie Willis put in jail for 4 days or 6 days in Atlanta. I challenge you, all right, because you don't have it. So anyhow, I got 10 minutes here. I want to show you a couple more things before we get out for the day. I would be lying to you not to say I'm absolutely exhausted. I just I told you that from the beginning. I'm trying to wrap my brain. Who is the real power couple in Georgia? who is the real power couple? 113, is this the real power couple in Georgia? Jacqueline McCoon and Josh McCoon, right? Or is this one, 115, is this the power couple? Josh and Sally Grubbs? Or 110, is this the power couple? Josh and Travis Bowden. Travis Bowden, I predict, will be the executive director of the Georgia Republican Party once again. Where does his revenue come from? I don't know. Where's his job? What's his job? Where's his revenue? Because he still shows up everywhere. And I know the other night, I think he was in the room. Did he pay the $500? Did Travis Bowden pay the $500 night before last to be in the room? He will be, my prediction, the executive director of the Georgia Republican Party if we're not successful in draining the swamp. So, number 115. We'll get back into it tomorrow, but Sally Grubbs and Josh McCoon, I need to know something. In 9 days, did the two of you have any discussions concerning Lisa Pierce? Did you? In 9 days, Sally and Josh, did the two of you have any discussions with Alex Kaufman, John White, the parliamentarian, in 9 days? Did any of you have discussions, because it took 9 days to take the lady off the ballot? Oh, well, you never put her on the ballot, but it took 9 days to send your decision. Now, I want to look you right in the eye in the camera. I am not endorsing Lisa Pierce. I think she's a very nice lady. Excuse me for that. I think Lisa Pierce is a very nice lady. I'm not endorsing her. I think Alice Olenek is a very nice lady. I'm not endorsing her. I think Sally Grubbs is a terrible person. Absolutely, I do. Look in the eye. She's a terrible person. She's bad. She's Sally the shit starter in Georgia. She stir up more shit. So if Josh is above it all, why would he hang out and be best buds with the biggest shit starter in Georgia? That's Sally Grubbs. I'm just saying. I know that sounds ugly, but it just is. It's the truth. And Josh is the above it all guy. He is slick shit McCoon. He's above it all. No matter where you... Really? That's interesting. I haven't heard that. So what I want to know is, did you guys talk about Lisa Pierce for 9 days? Did you? I mean, people want to know this. And another thing I want to know, Josh, while I have you, I know you're watching, or at least the little bald-headed boy watches, okay? He'll go on there and call me a bunch of names this afternoon. Well, go ahead and put him up, 110. Josh, have you went around the state and told people that you are setting up your slate and your board to operate the way you want, with no friction whatsoever, that will just lockstep with you? Have you said to anyone, not quote that you're altering the ballot or attempting to alter the ballot where the delegates won't have all the candidates to vote for? Just wondering. Have you made any deals or attempted to make deals with any candidates? I mean, has there been any quid pro quo offered? Or has Travis done that? Because I don't know if Travis did, but I do know in the past, you are above it all, Josh, but I know in the past, somehow Travis got marching orders while the Georgia GOP Inc. was paying his salary to whip votes. Or, Travis, you remember those phone calls you made and said, if you do this, you would probably be on the wrong side of the chairman? Remember all those calls you made? You know, if you do this, you may be on the wrong side of the chairman. Remember that? You remember them calls when you were whipping votes to get rid of me, Travis, and you were telling people, not quote Travis, but best of my memory, that if you don't vote to remove Pritchard, it could be a problem with the chairman? Did you have the majority of the state committee drive all the way to that Eagles Nest Club thing where there's gambling, drinking, and lying and cheating and stealing? I just think it could happen. I don't know for sure, but it's not the best place to take children. Well, they do have a cage there. I mean, no, anyhow, it's not the best place to take children. But Travis, when all of those state committee members drove up there, did you encourage them it'd be best they show up? That the chairman would probably be very happy to see them? Did you? Did you tell any of them that if they, showed up and voted for me to stay, that it was going to be an issue where the chairman's concerned or the chairman won't go home happy? Did you say anything like that? Anything at all? Because, Travis, a couple people called me. Yeah, a couple did. Just wondering, Travis. I'm just wondering if Josh is that, I'm going to use the word, deviant. My word, deviant. Is he that deviant? Now, or is he above it all, but he will be okay with you being that deviant? I just wondered. I don't know. I got to thinking there. It just crossed my mind. All right, so I absolutely just made my day. I know I'm a little grouchy today, but get over it. Number 97, this made my day because I'm on there and I'm scrolling around and it's 6:10 a.m., right? It's 6:10 a.m. and I'm like, who got a picture of cows? And then I say, good morning from the farm. I hope everyone has an excellent Thursday. I was able to move the cows back to the pasture. Give me, where's that at? I thought give me the farm, video 7. Travis, I'm going to tell you nicely. I know you're on those groups saying nasty things about me. Yes, Travis, we know. Just be careful. I don't want you to step in any cow shit you can't get out of. Have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.